evening and welcome to Gaming Kid. As always, my name is Jack, aka GKRT Pinky Boy, and welcome for the finale of Super Formula. Yes, I know we were meant to have 8 rounds, but we have cut it down to 6 due to the fact that I think we've had about half the field retire, unfortunately, so we have cut it short. Also, so the people who are running on it can concentrate on the next season. So we will see what happens with that. But yes, this is us here at the iconic circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps, and here's just a little bit of detail about the circuit. The circuit was opened in 1922 and was originally 9.32 miles long. That's roughly about 15 kilometres with 25 turns. It was originally made using public roads between the towns of Francorchamps, Maldemy and Stavelot, and has gone through many redesigns to become the iconic circuit we know it as today, which is 4.352 miles long. That's roughly about 7 kilometres and has 19 turns, 10 to the right, 9 to the left, 20 if you count double gauche, aka Puon, as 2 separate corners because it is a double left-hander. Now, full of iconic corners, you can definitely expect to see action at T1 La Source, turn 7, 8, 9, which is the chicane of Le Com, and turns 19, 20 or 18, 19, depending on how you count Puon as 1 corner or 2 corners, which is the bus stop chicane, as well as along the Camel Straight. Now, as always, we do have 2 races, the feature race and the sprint race. Feature race will consist of 21 laps and the sprint race will be 11 laps. Expect a quality time of around about 1 minute 52, maybe the mid 51s. But before we get into any of that, let's have a quick look at the driver's standings. We have Ragnar Kagari in first with 223 points, RGD Wraith in second with 157, Bloody Nine is in third with 139 points, followed by Communist Minion with 130. RGD Gazmania has 87 points, just ahead of Ronin GT Delaney on 85 points. Last week BMTM Shifter had retired during the feature race and finished up this season with 85 points. Ash Racer, who has missed a lot of the races, is back for this race, as you could see when we were on the game screen before we came onto this screen. He has 67 points. Adam Mattox Connolly, JT Kirk and Truxby have all since retired with 45, 34 and 19 points respectively. Let's see how that affects the drivers. The team championships, RGD Racing have 244 points, followed by Camel Ford with 223. Team Stuart Ford, that is Ash Racer and Ronin GT Delaney, have a combined 152 points, whereas Bleeding Edge Margarita has 130 points. And the 3 retired teams are on their points there, as they are all 1 driver teams. That is BMTM Shifter 85, Adam Mattox Conley, JT Kirk and Trucks B. Let's have a quick look at the hot lap before these guys start quali. If I can find the button for it, there we go. And it's not the longest run along the pit straight as we run up to T1 La Source. Tight in, drift wide back out, and your full power here all the way to the end of the straight. You're coming down the hill here towards Eau Rouge and then back up Radion. As you see, flat out through there. Aero really keeping the car stuck. You have a wee kink here before coming onto the Camel Straights. The cars will have full power here the whole way through as you brake into the triple chicane of Le Com. When you come out of Le Com here, it's a short run down to Bruxelles or Rivage. the never-ending right-hander, down to what is commonly known as No Name, but is actually the Jackie X corner. And then after that, it's quick run to Double Gauche, aka Puon. Quick run down to turn 14 Fagnus. And then into Campus. Down to Curb Paul Frere. And then you're flat out here all the way to the end through Blanchimont. The power going, just keeping that line nice and sweeping, carry as much speed as you can through it, and then braking down for the bus stop chicane. And then back on the power, not too early, you will light up those tyres and across the line, and that is a lap of circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps. Here we go, back to the action. Well, I say the action, we are a couple of minutes out from qualifying. There we see Ronan GT Delaney heading round. The room has been reset specifically for quali. Let's get that lap timer up so we can keep an eye on how people are going through their laps. But we see Ronan GT Delaney out on track, just getting some last practices in. We have Bloody Nine just sitting up at Lacombe, and Communist Minion also sitting round about Lacombe, just getting ready for qualifying. I should mention that there is no RGD Gazmania tonight, as he did have an operation on Thursday. Tubby Phantom may or may not make it tonight. He was away for the day for his work and is on his way back as we speak, so he may or may not be here in time. We shall have to wait and see. But with all of that, I should mention that with a maximum of 26 points on offer for 2 wins, Ragnar Kagari is far enough ahead that he is champion for this season. Congratulations to Ragnar Kagari. If I'd been able to do the maths in my head last week, I would have told you that last week. It is his first championship in AOR GT Sport. We have, this is our 8th championship ending just now. Ash Racer has won 3 of them, I believe. BLX Nova, Hasnain, and someone who was there before I was part of AOR, so therefore I'm not actually quite sure who it was. Remember, if you are watching live, feel free to chat with me in the live chat here. As always, it's good to hear what you guys are thinking, how much you guys are enjoying the racing, as we're currently doing a lag check on Ragnar Kagari, just to make sure it's good for him to race. Again, we'll only have 5 people in this race, as there is no BMTM shifter, no Trucks B, no Adam Mattix Conley, no JT Kirk by the looks of it, and no RGD Gazmania, and possibly no RGD Wraith. RGD Wraith may join us for the sprint race if he's back in time, but we shall see. Let them know that that's looking all right. Also say hello to Ragnar Kagari while I'm at it. as we see everyone now make their way. Oh, it appears we have 5 more minutes until RGD Wraith gets here, by the looks of it. So it appears to be in 5 minutes that we will be starting this race. It will certainly be good to see him on track. That would definitely make 6, and will be good to have a couple more people, but I expect some action round here, as this is a high-speed circuit. Your cornering ability does not matter as much as it would at, say, Santa Croix, where we were going to race this week. As we see Ragnar Gary going the wrong way round the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps. And I've done this myself. I've taken a lap backwards around here, and it is definitely a bit confusing, and AOR Radion is a lot scarier going in reverse. I will say that. Because you're going downhill more, you lose some of the aero, and it pulls you up. It brings you up rather than pushes you down. That's the way it does feel to me when I'm going around there. But as we see him come the wrong way around Rivage, up to Lacombe, which seems very weird to say from Rivage to Lacombe. Here we go through the chicane at Lacombe and onto the Camel Straight coming down, as we see him pass by what appears to be AOR GT Delaney, just passing right through each other. It's strangely fun to watch this as he comes down Radion and back up Eau Rouge into the breaking point at La Source, as he does go past what appeared to be Communist Minion through La Source and on power to the start finish line. It feels so weird calling this in reverse. Braking into the bus stop chicane, back on the power on the exit, on the power through Blanchimont, as we come up to curb Paul Frere. Campus. Oh, that's Stavolo even, sorry. That's Campus. Fagnus. Up to Puon. Through Speaker's Corner, aka No Name, or Jackie X Corner, and into Rivage, and that's where I started calling it, and I'll stop there. It's definitely a weird thing to do, considering you want to be getting your braking points for all the corners spot on the normal way, to then just go and spend the time going the wrong way around the track. But what works for some is all I can say. Remember, the drivers have the option of the medium and the soft tyres for the feature race, and the soft and the super softs for the sprints. As we see sparks coming off at the bottom of Radion there. Wait and see if anyone else turns up. Now we see Gary's sitting on where he apparently thinks he's going to start, in 3rd position. Getting off the line, getting a wee practice start there. Just practicing an out lap. And back to the pits. We've got someone moving about the track. I believe it'll probably be Ash Racer. Yes. And see him coming through there. Just cutting right across Lacombe and finding place at Lacombe now. It looks like we are about to start quali here. 10 minutes of this, everyone going for the fastest mistake-free lap they can get. Which should give everyone a good chance of getting on pole. Here we go, 4 seconds to quali. Now you do not want to be the first person out and give others a slipstream down the run to Lacombe along that long straight there. And we see the Stuart Ford's out at the same time behind the Communist Minion. Going side by side along the road here. The 44 and the 59 car in formation for this. How about we just change it to this? Yeah, it's pretty chill just now, just out laps. Let's jump on with Communist Minion as he will be the first to cross the line as he's coming into the bus stop chicane right here. And keep an eye on him as he does his lap. Here we go. This is the first flying lap of the session. Nice line through La Source there. And the Stuart Fords are closing in on him quite quickly here as well as he is running down towards Eau Rouge and Arion. Here we go through Eau Rouge, up Arion, onto the Camel Straight, nicely done there from Communist Minion. Through the Camel Kink, along and through the first marker. Down to the 1, 2, 3 chicane of Lacombe and into the Vage. This seemingly endless hairpin and into the left-hander of Speaker's Corner. Here we go down to Double Gauche. And that looks like a fairly nice line through Double Gauche there. Into Fagnes. Into Campus. Through Curb Paul Frere. And that's a very nice line taken through them. Getting a wee bit squirrely on the exit of Curb Paul Frere there. Sorry, no, out on the exit of Stavolo even. Now we are into Blanchimont, which is a double left-hander with a wee right kink, and into the bus stop chicane. This will be provisional pole, but let's see how long it lasts when the others come through. There we go, that is a 153.1. Let's see how Ash Racer does. Ash Racer 152.4. Next up is Bloody Nine. I wonder what's happened to Delaney. Must have had an off. Here we go with Bloody Nine through the bus stop chicane. Delaney not far behind. Getting the slipstream through Blanchimont should give him a couple of extra tenths. 154 for Bloody Nine, a 219 for Ronin GT Delaney, which means his off must have been somewhere on this lap. Communist Minion does not have much OTS left there, as that is available through qualifying. But let's see how that how much of that he uses the rest of this lap as he is coming through Speaker Corner. He's off track. The bollards on the track and everything. Communist Minion going back to the pits. Let's see what we see from Ash Racer. Nice line through Double Gauche there. It'll be interesting to see the spread of the field at the moment. Ronin GT Delaney is the slowest time, set 26 seconds behind his teammate Ash Racer. However, he did appear to have some kind of an issue. Now we have Ryan Nakagari just starting their flying lap. Let's see where they'll end up. Let's see how he takes La Source. A nice sweeping line through La Source there. Let's see how he takes the flow of the next couple of corners here. Sparks flying as he hits a bit of the curb on the ascent to Radion there. Nothing that will slow him down, no. Nice run down the Camel straight into Lacombe. Nice run into Lacombe there. Nice line through there. Avoiding the bollards that are everywhere. Taking out some of the bollards at the exit of Lacombe. And through Rivage. Bloody Nine setting a faster time of 154.1. Well, that was happening in Ronin GT Delaney. 155.8 as we come down to Puon. Taking down another bollard, coming through Fagnus. It seems like Ragnar Kagari's just seen how many bollards he can take out while he is going for a fast lap. There is about 3 minutes and 7 seconds left of qualifying, plus the time to finish the lap that you are currently on. Now we watch as Ragnar Kagari comes through Blanchimont and through the bus stop chicane. And crosses the line for 153.4. That puts him third at the moment. At the moment, Ash Racer is in first with a 152.483. It's going to be a if the times are as close as they seem, it should be a fairly decent race as we watch Communist Minion coming wide through there. Let's see who's next across the line. Bloody Nine will be next across the line as he comes through the bus stop chicane, and that Margarita car back on the power using that OTS system across the line. It does not go better. What about Ronin GT Delaney? 155.5. Marginal improvement, but not enough to catch up to the rest of the pack, who is next to come across the line. it will be Communist Minion who has a penalty, and I assume is on his outlap, so this will just be setting up for his final attempt at flying lap. You see a car stricken at the exit of La Source. That will likely be Ronin GT Delaney or Bloody Nine. It is Bloody Nine just hanging out at the exit of La Source. But we've got someone coming through Blanchimont. It is Ragnar Kagari. Let's see how he does get through here. Does not feel it's going to be a better time. Backs off, warms up the tyres for the next run. Takes a deep line in the exit to get more run up into La Source. Less than 30 seconds are remaining of this qualifying session. Ash Racer crosses line, does not go better, but can improve as he does have time for one more lap. Let's who's the next to come across the line? It'll be Ronin GT Delaney. That is qualifying over. Drivers may finish the laps they're currently on. They have about 2 minutes to do so. Ronin GT Delaney does go faster. He 154.612, brings him to within 4/10 of Bloody Nine. So we've got coming up, that is Communist Minion coming up to the start finish line through the bus stop chicane. Getting a wee bit sideways on exit there. Goes faster, closes the gap to Ash Racer, but not enough to take pole. 152.799. Next across the line will be Ragnar Kagari. Taking out yet another bollard on the exit of Stavolo. At least that one bounced and cleared the track, I suppose. As we watch him coming through Blanchimont. Riding the curb a little bit through the bus stop chicane. Getting the car straightened out nicely using the OTS. Cross the line, does not go better. Let's see if Ash Racer can pull out that gap. Go even faster yet. Not that it matters, he will be the last to cross the line. And he does 152.363. Well, there you have it. That is your grid order. Ash Racer in first position on pole, with Communist Minion alongside Ragnar Kagari and Bloody Nine take up the second row, and at the back Ronin GT Delaney. The great thing about being at the back in this race is with the short run to La Source, and with the tight corner that La Source is, being at the back means you are more likely to be able to stay out of trouble. Which will be handy for Ronin GT Delaney if last year's Belgian Grand Prix, where Nico basically punted Fernando Alonso over Charles Leclerc's anything to go by, will definitely be a very, very handy thing. So here we go, we are ready to rock here. We're all lined up on the grid. Just once again, confirmation of the grid: Ash Racer, Communist Minion, Ragnar Kagari, Bloody Nine and Ronin GT Delaney in that order as they qualified. You can see their qualifying times there. So here we go, we're getting ready for lights out. You can hear those engines going. It's lights out and away we go for the Super Formula round 6 here, and that is Ronin GT Delaney straight into the wall off the line. Ragnar Kagari making a nice move into second position from third, and Communist Minion dropping 2 places, also getting overtaken by Bloody Knight as as these 4 cars here come down through Eau Rouge and Radion up onto the Camel Straight, and these cars are nicely closely bunched together as we see them. Communist Minion looking for a move on Bloody Nine as Ragnar Kagari looks for a move on Ash Racer. Let's see what these guys can do into Lacombe. Ragnar Kagari gets passed into Lacombe, Ash Racer drops down a position. Communist Minion, Bloody Nine defending nicely from Communist Minion as we come down to Rivage. Communist Minion on the inside there. Ronin GT Delaney doing a good job catching up. These guys battling so much that it's given Ronin GT Delaney a chance to catch up after hitting the wall off the start. Single file through Puon here as Bloody Nine aborts that and it goes off, giving Bloody Nine, Ronin GT Delaney the chance to catch up a bit more and lets Communist Minion get by. As we see Ragnar Kagari and Ash Racer keeping up, just building a little bit of a gap there. Remember, these may look like Formula 1 cars, but they do not have DRS on the straights. They do have OTS, which is very similar to the former ERS that the drivers could use, a push-to-pass system essentially. As we come up to the bus stop chicane, to finish off the first lap, we have Ragnar Kagari, Ash Racer, Communist Minion, Bloody Nine and Ronin GT Delaney, who has caught up fantastically to the back of the pack. As Ragnar Kagari takes the fastest lap on the outlap of a 1:59.682. But we shall have to see if he can keep that as we watch Ash Racer coming up Radion there, followed closely by Communist Minion. Ragnar Kagari has pulled out of a bit of a gap. Communist Minion in the slipstream, maybe looking for a move into Lacombe, pulls out for a move along the inside at Lacombe, and he makes it work, he makes it stick. Ash Racer is now down into third. Communist Minion into second. Can he now chase down Ragnar Kagari? Let's stay on board with Communist Minion here and see. Or will he lose time to Ash Racer and let Ash Racer catch up as we come through Puon? And goes wide through Puon, unsettles the car a bit. Manages to hold position, allowing Ash Racer to close up a bit as we come through Campus there, going wide again through Campus and through Stavolo. Ash Racer alongside through Stavolo into Curb Paul Frere. This could get exciting as this race goes on, this battle between these two for second. I should mention we're probably looking at a 2-stop on the tyres here and maybe a 1-stop on the fuel, provided depending on when the first pit stop is. As we see Ragnar Kagari coming through the bus stop chicane, will cross the line to set a new fastest lap of 1:55.89. Communist Minion holding that lead through sectors 2 and 3 here very well, as something seems to have happened to Ragnar Kagari. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened to Ragnar Kagari there. Oh, gone a bit sideways. That has allowed the others to get past. Maybe. It's allowed Communist Minion to get past. Unfortunately we did miss that action, trying to see what happened to Ragnar Kagari. And I think that will have allowed Ronin GT Delaney and Bloody Nine to gain a wee bit more time on these guys. But now we have a three-way battle for the podium positions. For first position, guys currently on the podium. As we come through Rivage and Speaker's Corner, down through Puon. Let's see if we can get on board with excuse this view as we watch Ragnar trying to chase down Communist Minion and keep that gap to Ash Racer. Let's have a look from the view of Communist Minion. See those flames licking out the exhaust there. Let's watch this coming through Orders and Radion from on board. As we see Communist Minion, Ragnar and Ash Racer there. These guys are all quick drivers. Open wheel racing suits some more than others. Some prefer more road going cars, the likes of the GT3 cars. So you will see, despite the fact that everyone in this race is quick, you will see some be quicker than others. As we see Ronin GT Delaney trying to catch back up to Bloody 9. She'll need to keep watching on here to see if anything comes of that. The Communist Minion is just getting away from the rest of them. Ragnar Kagari building a gap to Ash Racer. Ash Racer now being harassed by Bloody 9, who is within 4/10 of a second. Sorry, within 5/10 of a second, now 4/10 of a second. Could we see a pass here coming into the bus stop chicane? Will Bloody 9 be close enough to Ash Racer to make the move stick? It looks like he was going for a wee pop to the inside there. Thought better of it. See if we can get the traction down, coming down to the source. A much nicer line through the source for Ash Racer. Bloody 9 getting hung up on that sausage curb cost them a bit of time. Let's have a look at the front runners. Let's see how close Ragnar Kagari is to Communist Minion. Closing that gap down in the slipstream, I think. He does not appear to be doing so. Guys are fighting through. This could be a race for these two that comes down to the pit stops. Strategy could be the important thing in this race for these two. They are 5 seconds ahead of Ash Racer. Bloody 9 is still trying to get all over Ash Racer there. It's all over the back, all over that rear wing. Every time Ash Racer looks in his mirrors, all you can see is that green Margarita car. As we see Ronin GT Delaney going wide at the exit campus there. And again wide at the exit of Stavolo. Bloody 9 just bearing down on that Stuart Ford. Trying to go side by side with Blanchimont. Trying to make a move to the outside, which would become the inside for the second part of that chicane. However, it appears that Ash Racer has gone to the pits. Trying to get the could be trying to get the undercut here. Now we see go back with Ragnar Gary on his mission to catch Communist Minion. He has closed that gap down by a couple of tenths, but that's not close enough to make a move because he's still well over a second behind. Definitely a battle that we need to keep an eye on here. Let's have a look at this one. Let's keep an eye on Communist Minion here. Let's see. That's a nice run through Poo on this time, not going wide. Vangus. Vajni. I don't actually know how to pronounce that one. Then through Campus and Stavlo and Kerpol Frere. A nice run through there. Opening that gap up to Ragnar Kagari and the Camel Ford. Let's see how we go here into the chicane. Ragnar Kagari looking like he was carrying a bit more speed than Communist Minion, but it did slow him down in the long run. Trying to get brakes down. Bloody Nine and Ronin GT Delaney both coming into the pits, trying to protect from that undercut from Ash Racer, who has cut that gap down massively. Ash Racer back into third position. Now the questions for these guys in the pits is how much fuel do you take on? You don't want to take on so much fuel that it's going to slow you down, but you don't want to take on so little fuel that you can't make it to your next pit stop. You see Ronin GT Delaney lost 7 seconds to Bloody Nine when they were pretty much nose to tail in that pit stop, because Bloody Nine took on less fuel than Ronin GT Delaney, although Ronin GT Delaney probably using up more fuel to catch back up to everyone else after that calamity at the start where he just went and faced the wall. A nice line through Poo on there from Communist Minion. Let's see, Ragnar Kagari seems to have gotten a nice line through there. What about Ash Racer? Nice line through there from the former Formula 1 AOR champion, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. Everyone is spread out and got into the rhythm now. We're just keeping an eye on the gaps to see where our next battle is most likely to emerge, and I believe it is going to be between Communist Minion and Ragnar Kagari. As Ragnar Kagari comes into the pits, Communist Minion continues on, believing that he can make up the difference, or either that or Ragnar Kagari is going for the undercut. I don't know if we're struggling for tyre wear or just going for the undercut just now. Ragnar Kagari seemingly losing positions to Ash Racer and Bloody Nine, but it really depends on whether he actually comes out of the pits in time. He does, with Ash Racer 2.3 seconds behind him, and having been able to carry more speed through La Source. That gap is coming down fairly quickly. As you can see, not close enough to make a move, but the gap is definitely coming down. This is something I've missed for the last few races while Ash has not been here. The battle between Ash Racer and Ragnar Kagari. Two fantastic racers, a lot of respect between these two on the track. Two of the quickest guys competing in AOR GT Sport at this moment in time. As we watch Ragnar Kagari now build up a slight gap to Ash Racer. This is the first season of AOR GT Sport where Ragnar Kagari has become the champion. He's usually the runner-up behind Ash Racer, except from the Super GT season where he was runner-up behind Hasnain, who on a Sunday races over in F1 AOR leagues, but races here in GT Sport on a Thursday. Communist Minion now in the pits. Let's see, tyres are on, fuel's going in. He's been passed by Ash Racer, Ragnar Kagari, but will Ash Racer make it to the exit of the pits in time? No, he won't, and he comes out right behind Ragnar Kagari. Ash Racer now will be closing down on Communist Minion. In fact, Communist Minion already closing that gap to Ragnar Kagari. Let's see. That's because he managed to get into the slipstream early enough for it to make a difference. Now we've got Ash Racer closing up there. Ash Racer is looking to be in a three-way battle with Communist Minion looking to be in a three-way battle with Ash Racer and Ragnar Kagari for that all-important first position. Let's see if Communist Minion can close that gap down enough to make a move soon. Definitely something we would like to see. Definitely a nice run through there. Nice and close to the line. Blanchimont catching up to Ragnar Kagari. Not close enough to make a move, but if he can carry more speed through and make it through the corner quicker, there we go. But Ragnar Kagari gets the better exit as Ash Racer is falling behind. Unsure if there was an incident there or if it was just the pace. I didn't see a dramatic drop off in the time, it just seemed to tick over. But here we go in the slipstream, closing in 8 tenths, 7 tenths. Let's see if Communist Minion can get close enough to make a move. No, he can't. You really need to be within 3 tenths to make a move through these corners as we come through Rivage. And down into No Name. Through Double Gauche. As Ragnar Kagari now starts building a gap and Communist Minion instantly bringing it down. Ragnar Kagari building a gap through the corners. Communist Minion bringing it down on the exits of the corners as we are on the straight bits or the fast bits. Definitely keeps this race interesting. Let's see what Communist Minion can do on the run through Blanchimont up to the bus stop chicane. Does close that gap to under a second, but he does not. He gets a wee bit squirrely on exit, but he manages to get the traction down early enough so he can close up to Ragnar Kagari. Nicer line through La Source there. Let's see if he can use that to get past Ragnar Kagari by the time they get to the end of La Com. And we're at Lacombe, let's see. Can't get past there. And through the Vage. Just keeping that gap about 7/10. And that gap to Ash Racer just slowly ticking over, just getting bigger and bigger. As we see Ragnar Gary building up that gap to Puon. Through Campus here. Down to Stavolo. Let's see if Communist Mine can then close the gap up even more as we run through Blanchimont. Maybe give them a better chance into Lacombe next time around. That would definitely make things interesting. The gap is even closer this time. It doesn't get as good traction as Ragnar Gary on the exit. Let's see if he can pull that gap back through La Source. He can't, and that's Bloody Nine and Ash Racer back into the pits, giving Ronan GT Delaney a chance to get past these guys and bring him into the race, unless he decides to pit as well himself. 9/10 is the gap. Using that slipstream to get as close as possible, but not close enough to make a move. Bloody Nine back out behind Ronan GT Delaney. That's Ronan GT Delaney up into the podium, but will he need to make another stop? The guys behind have nice wee gaps between them, but we're keeping an eye on that mini-map. If they do get closer, we will change to a shot of these guys battling it out. But this is the current battle right now, the one for the win, as we are 12 laps into this 21 lap race. We are over halfway. Ash Racer currently holds the fastest lap of a 1:54.842, something I have actually been neglecting to keep an eye on, because I've been interested to see whether Communist Minion can or cannot get past Ragnar Gary here, as he's using his OTS to catch up through Blanchimont. And into the bus stop chicane. Let's see if Communist Mine can get the traction down here to 6/10 is the difference, losing 2/10 on the exit. But bringing that gap down as they come through La Source. And down the hill, past the support race pit lane. Up Radion. The gap's currently 5/10. This is the closest that Communist Minion has been. While trying to get past Ragnar Gary all along the Kemmel Straight. See him closing that gap while he try and go for a move. No, he won't. Getting a wee bit sideways on the exit there. And through Le Vage. Communist Minion keeping Ragnar Gary honest here, not allowing him to make a mistake, because he will definitely either close that gap to the point that the overtake is imminent, or will get past, as we see a little bit sideways action it looked like from my view there from Communist Minion through Puon. Once again, we are on board with Communist Minion. Let's have a look from the top cam, see if just have a watch coming into the chicane. can hear those tyres squealing. And he decides to go for the undercut here. So now we need to see how Ragnar does, opening that gap up in time to make sure he does not get passed by Communist Minion. Ragnar really needs to push for all he's worth here. Here we go, this is what we've been waiting to see. Ronin GT, Delaney, Ash Racer and Bloody Nine all pretty much grouped together. Bloody Nine had a penalty, got rid of that. Coming into the source, let's see how the two Stuart Fords do against the Bloody Nine's Margarita race car. Run down the Kemmel Straight, Bloody Nine in the slipstream of Ronin GT. Delaney moves to the outside, has a wee look, thinks better of it. You see Ash Racer closing up on Bloody Nine there. These guys just coming through Rivage all together, pretty much nose to tail as they're all coming through Speaker Corner. Bloody Nine on the inside. Oh, side by side with Ronin GT Delaney. That could have gotten worrisome. I think that was a little bit of a brake check from Ronin GT Delaney there. I'm not sure, but that's it. Bloody Nine gone wide. And all over the rear wing of Ronin GT Delaney, as he has Ash Racer all over his rear wing. Just mirrors full of each other. Which means now Bloody Nine both has to attack Ronin GT Delaney and defend from Ash Racer, as he got by for a fraction of a second there but fell behind again. Coming through Blanchemont, goes to the inside of the first part of the chicane, as it seems that Ronin GT Delaney is pitted, going for the undercut on, well, try to avoid an undercut from Bloody Nine, although Bloody Nine could go for the overcut should his tyre life allow it. We have 6 laps to go in this race here, as we're watching Ash Racer try to get past Bloody Nine as we come to Eau Rouge and Radion. Up and along the Kemmel Straight. These guys 18 seconds behind the two up front, battling for first position. Ash Racer gets past Bloody Nine along the Kemmel Straight, but has the outside for the start of Lacombe. But he does manage to hold it. Some amazing racing from these guys when they are all close together. And it's definitely what we like to see. Now we need to find out if these guys need to pit or not. As we see that bollard that's wound up in the middle of the track at the exit of No Name, just getting battered about. His car's Bloody Nine going wide through Double Gauche. That's lost him a bit of time to Ash Racer, who now isn't too worried about where Bloody Nine is, as he's at least a corner ahead. Let's have a wee quick check back at the leaders. 2 seconds are now in it. Which could mean things will start to get a bit interesting. Or not. We shall need to see. Let's see Ash Racer and Bloody Nine. These guys still not pitting. Ronin GT Delaney, I'm imagining, pitted for soft tyres just to give him a shot at the fastest lap of the race. as he's currently 13 seconds behind the guys battling for third position. As we watch Ash coming through Camel Kink and down to Lacombe. Now pulled out a 3-second gap to Bloody Nine. And back on power rails. Down to Rivage. Downhill off camber, long right-hander that seems like it's never going to end, and you get so much understeer through there. As Ronin GT Delaney does appear to be closing that gap to Bloody Nine on fresh tyres. Let's see if that works out for him, as we have 4.5 laps left to go. Ragnar Gary pulling out that lead to Communist Minion to 4 minutes. Communist Minion still 17 seconds ahead of Ash Racer. We have Ash Racer taking that final podium position, but can he hold it for the remainder of this race? That gap is fluctuating up and down a lot. Let's see if Bloody Nine can keep that gap on the downward trend and get past, as we also see Ronin GT Delaney's gap on an up and down fluctuation. Let's see if he can get the fastest lap here. Ragnar Kagari just got the fastest lap of 1 at 54.347, as Ash Racer decides it is time to pit. Take an extra lap to cover off the overcut from Ronin GT Delaney perhaps. Let's see where Ronin GT Delaney comes out. Let's jump on with Ash Racer here. Let's see where they come out. Do they come out pretty much side by side? Yes, Ronin GT Delaney comes out just Ash Racer comes out just behind Ronin GT Delaney, as two Stuart Fords are coming through Eau Rouge and Radion. Ash Racer likely pitting to have three chances at the fastest lap. That's 18, 19, 20, 21. Sorry, that would be four chances at it. As Ronin GT Delaney tries to get past his teammate round the outside of Lacombe. Ash Racer drifting over to block that off. We'll be battling soon between the Stuart Ford Racing guys, which could get interesting. Remember, these guys are now racing for pride of where they actually finish in the finale on the road, rather than the championship points, as the championship has been sealed by Ragnar Gary, who is your champion this season. Meaning he will be allowed to use the number 1 next season. Should he wish to. As we see the Stuart Ford still battling away, but Ash Racer pulling out that gap to Ronin GT Delaney as he finishes his outlap on these new tyres. He will be going for a fast lap in the next one, perhaps even dragging his teammate along, as we see blue flags for some reason. I'm not quite sure why we saw blue flags. But 4 laps to go in this race, 18, 19, 20 and 21, as we see Communist Minion and Ragnar Kagari battling through No Name here. The gap still opening up for Ragnar Kagari, now up to 3 seconds, but Communist Minion now bringing that back down as we come through the bits where Communist Minion has been faster than Ragnar Kagari. That gap now at 4 seconds, although Communist Minion has opened up the gap to the guys behind to 24 seconds. A long way back for these guys. Bloody Nine, 7 seconds of safety for him, but that number is coming down, and it's coming down fairly quickly, as Ash Racer is looking to get that podium and perhaps a fastest lap on these new tyres. Just have to wait and see if he can get it as Ryan Gary crosses the line to start lap 19. As does a Communist Minion. We need to keep an eye on how these guys do. As Ash Racer comes into the bus stop chicane, bringing that gap to Bloody Nine down ever so slightly, getting a wee bit squirrely on the exit there. That's not going to help him. Ronan GT Delaney getting a nice exit out of there, as you can see, is kind of keeping in touch with Ash at 4 seconds, not close enough to make a move, but close enough that you can still see him. It's a good run through here from Ash Racer. That gap now down from 7 seconds to 6 seconds. But let's see if Ash Racer can get the fastest lap of this race as the race goes on. Using up that OTS to give him a wee bit of a boost along the straights to get that quick lap that he needs in. As we now have a look at Ronan GT Delaney who's trying to catch his teammate. I think the most interesting battle here will be the battle for points between Bloody Nine and Communist Minion for that 3rd place finish. Although I think as it stands, even with 2 seconds, Bloody Nine gets the remaining podium position, Communist Minion will overtake him in points. However, I believe that Communist Minion needs to win 2 races, and Bloody Nine gets 2 DNFs is the only way that Communist Minion can win, if my memory serves. If I had a live championship graphic, I would definitely be bringing that up right now. I've seen Bloody Nine nearly get hung up on that curb there. As we have we're on lap 20-21, we are on the penultimate lap now. Ragnar Kagari went even faster. Still holds the fastest lap, but went even faster. So over 154.3, so 154.169. As we're watching Ash Racer here coming through with Tom, trying to close down that gap on Bloody Nine. Doesn't look like there's going to be enough time to close him down and get past. But let's see. Ash Racer probably feeling kind of lonely right now, being 4.5 seconds behind Bloody Nine, 5 seconds ahead of his teammate Ronan GT Delaney. It's a big gap there, although not as big a gap as Bloody Nine has to Communist Minion, which is currently 23.36 seconds. As we see him coming to curb Paul Frere and on to Blanchimont. As the 2 leaders currently are in the final lap of the circuit. As we see Bloody Nine coming through the bus stop chicane to start the final lap. Well, start his final lap and getting kind of squirrely on the exit there, but still manages to open the gap to Ash Racer. I'm not sure why. I don't think he had any issues. Ash Racer had any issues getting through there. That is everyone on the final lap. Look at the size of that gap on the mini-map. That 23 seconds is pretty much the entire length of well, he's 32 seconds behind Ragnar Gary. That was the exit of La Source for Bloody Nine and the entry into Le Combe for Ragnar Gary. So the entry into, from the exit of La Source to the entry of Le Combe is roughly about 30 seconds. That means the gap between Ragnar Gary and Communist Minion 9 seconds, nearly 10 seconds. As we see Ragnar Gary coming down through Blanchimont for the final time of this race. Although not the final time tonight, he's got to do it another 11 times for the sprint race. As we see him coming down to the bus stop chicane, into the bus stop and across the line for the win. Now we see Communist Minion exiting the bus stop chicane, getting a wee bit squirrely there. Second place, well raced by Communist Minion, but he won't be happy with that. Communist Minion definitely wanted the win there. Bloody Nine will be happy with that podium. As he comes through the bus stop chicane and up to the finish line, as we see Ash Racer just taking his time coming through there and sliding it across the line. As we see Ronan GT Delaney T-boning his ghosted teammate and across the line. That is definitely a way to finish the final feature race of this season. Just the confirmation there, Ragnar Gary has won the championship last week and has won the race here. Communist Minion second, Bloody Nine third, Ash Racer fourth, and Ronan GT Delaney fifth. Well done to all the racers there. We will see you in about 5 minutes, where we will be back for the sprint race. and welcome back. We are just about to start the sprint race. I hope you did enjoy your short break there, got yourself a drink if need be, or whatever you decide to do during your break. During the break, the drivers decided to talk about the current F1, some of the repercussions of the race at Interlagos earlier on this evening. So we are just about to get set for the next race, like I said. Obscurity, if you're still watching, I do apologise, I never saw your comment. One of those things, you know. However, I was keeping an eye on the gap, and if they were going to get close enough to have an actual battle, I would have switched to them when I had seen it. So we're just racing on Ash Racer to return to the track as we watch Ronan GT Delaney just do as much damage to the car as possible on his way to Sector 1. So hopefully we shall see some good racing here with Ronan GT Delaney starting at the back, followed by Ash Racer with a Stuart Ford front row lockout in this race. On the second row will be Bloody Nine and Communist Minion, and right at the back will be Ragnakagari. So we shall have to see how this one goes. Remember, it's a rolling start for the feature, the sprint race, with a choice of tyre compounds of the soft and the super soft. Super soft, quicker and more grippy than the softs. However, the tyre wear will run out a lot quicker. So if you're planning on needing to make a pit stop, you're as well going with the super softs anyway, right from the beginning. And if you are going for the no stop, then you will go for the softs. And they're away for the sprint race here at Spa. It looks like Ragnakagari's fallen a bit behind right from the off. However, that does mean with these cars carrying more speed into La Source, you will have less chance of getting into trouble, so it's all good. We'll probably want to have a little bit of a gap, stay close enough you can pick up the slipstream, but far enough away you can avoid any trouble, if there is any, up until we come as Bloody Nine goes wide and loses a position to Communist Minion. Communist Minion getting past Ash Racer. Ronan GT Delaney still up in first position as Communist Minion is going for a move there as he does go a wee bit wide, and Bloody Nine did have a penalty for going wide at the exit of Clarion there. Bloody Nine losing a position to Ash Racer there while serving that penalty into Lacombe, and Ragnakagari going down the inside at Rivage, and Bloody Nine once again going wide. Uncharacteristic of Bloody Nine there. Let's have a watch these guys. Ash Racer now going wide through Puron, which has allowed Ragnakagari to get past them. As we see Ragnakagari, let's have a look at Communist Minion and Ronan GT Delaney. It's very hard to keep up with the action here because everyone's slightly different camera shots, but still close enough to be kind of battling away. Ragnakagari closing down that gap on Communist Minion. Communist Minion opening that gap back up. That gap swinging by a couple of hundredths of a second every turn. As we see Delaney and Communist Minion coming into the bus stop chicane, followed by Ragnar Gary, Ash Racer and Bloody Nine, who once again has gone wide. Roland GT Delaney setting the fastest time of a 2:01.612. But then again, like I said, the first lap will be slower. As we look up towards the front of the grid, we see Roland GT Delaney coming down the hill, followed by Communist Minion and Ragnar Gary following, who is then followed by Ash Racer and Bloody Nine. Roland GT Delaney coming up Radion there with Communist Minion closing down that gap. I should mention OTS usage has been turned down for this race, as it is about half the distance, so they get about half the OTS. Roland GT Delaney goes a bit wide, opening the door for Communist Minion, but Communist Minion can't take it, but he moves for the outside going into Ravage. Decides to slot back in behind, but now takes the outside line as there's a wee bit of wheel banging there. Let's Roland GT Delaney going wide, but still managing to hold the position. That allows Ragnar Gary to close up on Communist Minion, who used to be fighting for a very, very close fought battle here. Ash Racer not far behind, just ready to pick up the scraps of any incidents or accidents or mistakes. As we see these guys coming through Stavelo and through Paul Fair. Roland GT Delaney still in the lead. Communist Minion still second, Ragnar Gary in third. Ash Racer and Bloody Nine in fourth and fifth respectively. Bloody Nine falling away a wee bit as Communist Minion tries to get really close and does make a mistake, losing a position to Ragnar Gary. Will this allow Ash Racer to get into third. Ash Racer very close behind in the slipstream on the run down to Orders and Radion. So see what Ash Racer does through here. All over that rear wing, filling up the mirrors of Communist Minion. Not managed to make a move, but will he find a place to get past the Communist Minion? Coming into Ravage. No, he won't, but not for lack of trying. Ash Racer with a penalty there for going wide. And serving that penalty as it comes through here, which has given the top three a bit of a break, as Roland GT Delaney is now down in third. Let's see if I can get a look at what happened there. Going wide at Puon, losing position to Ragnar Gary, and just not having the speed brake comes back on and coming through advantages against Communist Minion. Now here we are on the run up to Puon. Once we cross the line, there will be 7 laps to go. As Ragnar Gary once again in the lead, just trying to keep that gap to Communist Minion where it is. But we all know that Communist Minion seems to be quicker on the straights than Ragnar Gary around here. And we see that with the way that gap is coming down. See if we can see Communist Minion catching up. A long run down here. As we come into Lecom. Back to the off-board cameras. Everyone's still fairly tightly bunched up. There's only 5 seconds between first and fifth, which makes an average gap of a second between everyone. That gap, however, is growing. So let's stay on board with Communist Minion here. See if he can bring that gap to Ragnar down. And someone, Ash Racer, is off. What happened to Ash Racer there? Wide through Puon. See the full lock there. Came back on. And just went straight. Not sure what happened there or why. But is now apparently on auto drive. Ragnar Kagari still in first, Communist Minion in second, Ronin GT Delaney third. Bloody Nine has decided to pit, coming off the super soft tyres. We'll have to see what he goes on to, but with 5 laps past, I imagine he will stay on the super soft. Just a fresh set of boots for a quicker lap time. Noise onto the softs. Ash Racer also into the pits. Let's see what Ash goes on to. Nothing, he's just pitted and he's going to stay there. Looks like they might be retiring the car. She'll have to wait and see. Noise back out on some super softs. As Ragnar Kagari and Communist Minion still hold first and second, and Ronin GT Delaney still has the final podium position here. Just have to see how he gets on through Puon for the next 6 laps. I imagine it will stay as it is, although with Bloody Nine and Ash Racer having pitted, they could close the gap a bit quicker on the fresher tyres. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look back up front. Let's see if Communist Minion is managing to catch up on Ragnar Kagari. It does not appear he's catching up, but that gap is staying where it was. As Communist Minion decides to come out of pit, as did Ragnar Kagari. What about Ronin GT Delaney? Ronin GT Delaney is staying out. So let's see where Ronin GT Delaney comes out. Goes ahead of Ragnar Kagari. Ragnar Kagari coming out behind Ronin GT Delaney. And Communist Minion coming out there as well, and that has allowed Bloody Nine a chance to catch up just a little bit. Ash Racer, however, 24 seconds behind Bloody Nine, 30 seconds behind the leaders. As we see Ragnar Kagari apparently going to get close enough, maybe to make a move coming into the Vage on Ronin GT Delaney, getting a wee bit sideways there on the exit of the second turn of Lacombe. Alongside into the Vage, squeezed a wee bit there by Delaney. Nothing against the rules in that, but it is a bit cheeky. Going to the inside and switching back to the outside for the double left-hander of Puon. It does not get the move done, slots back in behind and looks for the next chance to do it. Delaney getting all fighty here in front, defending through Fandius. Campus, Stavolo, Paul Frere. Let's see how he defends up here through Blanchimont. Ragnar Kagari alongside Communist Minion looking to get into this fight as well. Ronin GT still just holding in front. as Ryan Nakagari tries to go around inside for the second part. Gets past Ronan GT Delaney as Delaney decides to pit right here. Again, somehow we've got blue flags. As we see bloody 9 get past Ronan GT Delaney. Delaney taking on a little bit extra fuel and another pair of super soft tyres. As we see bloody 9 coming up here, let's have a look at Communist Minion and Ryan Nakagari. I know that's the battle you guys really want to see. Ash Racer back in the pits. And on to a set of supers for the last 4 laps, going for that fastest lap, which is currently held by Ryan Nakagari at 1:56.452. Communist Minion just losing time here to Ryan Nakagari. Comes through Puon, trying to catch and get past the leader, the champion. Who is, I believe, a 3-time runner-up here at AOR. And everyone is just kind of in their own wee way there. Ryan Nakagari using the OTS to get that wee bit extra power coming out of the bus stop chicane. He has no OTS left. Communist Minion, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think Communist Minion has any OTS left either. No, he doesn't, which means he cannot use that to attack Ryan Nakagari on the Camel Straight. This time Ryan Nakagari pulling open a gap along the Camel Straight. That gap started to come down and it goes up again and down and up and down and up and down like a yo-yo. And you see run through Rivage from Communist Minion back on with Ryan Nakagari. Let's have a look at how he's going there. It's not a bad run through on there from Ryan Nakagari. Getting a wee bit high on the curb on entry, but that's not too bad. Not going to lose him too much time. That gap currently sitting at around 2 seconds between Ryan Nakagari and Communist Minion with 3 laps to go. Again, Ryan Nakagari still holding that fastest lap of 1:53.671, and he's slowly opening that gap out to Communist Minion. Let's have a look at our last podium position, bloody 9. He is 4 seconds ahead, sorry, about 4.5 seconds ahead of Ronan GT Delaney, and just over 6 seconds ahead of, behind even Communist Minion. Coming through the bus stop chicane, getting a wee bit slidey on the exit, which is not going to do him any favours for keeping Ronan GT Delaney behind him. As he also gets a wee bit of wheel spin on the exit of La Source. As we also see Ronan GT Delaney there coming up, trying to close that gap down. Still has some OTS left to use to try and attack Bloody 9 if he can get close enough with 2 laps to go. Bloody 9 again, no OTS left to be able to defend. Ash Racer once again in the pits for another set of super softs. Will be going to try and get the fastest lap on lap 10 or 11. Should he re-emerge from the pits, and he does. Let's have a look at Connor's running around to carry that gap, still sitting at around 2 seconds. So see what happens. Can Communist Minion close that gap down? As we see him coming through to the bus stop chicane, can he carry the speed through? Yes, he can. It's a nice exit there. Communist Minion getting a nice exit as well. On the run down to La Source. On the penultimate lap, lap 10 of 11. Had we had some more racers here, this would be a bit more exciting, I would imagine, as we would probably have battles all throughout the field, like we did at Kyoto, which is something I'm going to keep bringing up until the cows come home, or we get a better battle than we did at Kyoto. As we come into Le Combe, and through down to Rivage. Ragnar Kagari still holding that fastest lap of 1:53.671, although I can tell you that Ash will be doing his best to knock that off. As we see Ash on the minimap just about to come across the line. It comes across the line, does not go better. 2 more shots at it. In fact, no, he wouldn't have done it there because that was his outlap. Silly Jack. And Ragnar Kagari just building that gap up. That was 2 seconds when we first came back onto this view. And Communist Minion does have a penalty. Let's see, Bloody Nine now. Rolling GT Delaney making up that gap to Bloody Nine. That was about 4.5 seconds. That's now 3.8. 2 laps to go is not going to be enough. It's not even 2 laps, it's about a lap and a half, or less, a lap and a third, as we see them coming up to through Blanchimont, and Ragnar Kagari now on the final lap, as is Communist Minion, and that gap now sitting at 3 seconds, unless Ragnar Kagari has something really bad happen to him. Hopefully I've not put the commentator's curse on him. Communist Minion is probably going to be finishing in 2nd position, which is unfortunate for Communist Minion, who has worked hard this season to be the best he can, and has had good battles with Ragnar Kagari over the past few weeks, especially at Autopolis. He is not won. I don't think he's won a race this season, which has been unfortunate for him. Still well-driven season by Communist Minion, very well-driven season by Ragnar Kagari. Ronin GT Delaney 1-9 also driven well this season, been decent, as Ash Racer the races he's been here. All the racers who have either not turned up this week or retired all deserve props for the racing that they did compete in. As we come through, as we see the leaders coming through Curb Paul Frere. That gap now 3.5 seconds with 3 corners to go. Ragnar Kagari into the bus stop chicane for the final time tonight. And that's 1st position for Ragnar Kagari. As we see Communist Minion coming across the line for 2nd. Bloody Nine, 3rd position. I believe that takes him to second in the championship. Ronan GT Delaney in fourth. Ash Racer still going hard for that fastest lap. Probably can't get it now, but we shall stay on board and see. Let's have a look from the onboards. Just watch as he comes through Blanchimont. Getting a wee bit slidey there and gives us a wee donut for good measure. Some donuts for Ash Racer before he heads towards the line. Nice to see that from him. Some donuts on the way to the line. And a donut as he crosses the line. Congratulations to everyone who raced. Thank you all for watching us here at Gaming Ken as we've covered AOR GT Sport Super Formula Season 2. This has been Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. I have been Jack, aka GKRT Pinky Boy. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you want to see more Super Formula, let us know. We will maybe try and do some more Super Formula. Our next event is on Thursday, where we are racing at the 24-hour of Nürburgring track, where we are having our final of the Porsche Cup. Then after that is the Christmas Cup. So hopefully, again, final time. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let us know what you would like to see us race in, and we will see if there's enough demand for it, and if we can get the drivers, we will certainly try and get that for you, whether I am here in the commentary box or I am out on track racing with everyone. It depends on whether it's a Thursday night or another night. Anyway, as always, I've been Jack from Gaming Ken. I hope you've enjoyed that. And as always, there's always room for you here at Gaming Ken if you want to be our friend. Stay safe out there.